pack a bag and follow the sun. Kick off your shoes and have some fun.
Hey there, thank you so much for joining me for this week's edition of Read, Watch, Listen. I'm here today with my very special guest, Sarah Green. Thank you so much for being here with me today.
Hi, it's good to be here.
Yay, she's an energy medicine practitioner with Heartlight Services. I love the way I met her. I was in a winery in Roanoke and the proprietor came over and sat down to talk to me for a little bit, and she said, "You need to meet Sarah." And anytime anybody says that, I know they're right. So we introduced each other and we fell in love, and I'm keeping her. Anyway, thanks for coming here today.
I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you, and I love your recommendations. I love that I've never heard of two of them, and even though I am exposed to the musician in your listen, I've never heard this particular piece, so I'm excited to get there too.
Yeah.
So do you want to start telling us about your book?
Yeah, so the book I chose was The Connected Child by Karyn Purvis, and she's kind of, those people that you want to be when you grow up.
Yes.
She started the TCU Institute of Child Development, and she is a huge advocate. She works a lot with children that have traumatic backgrounds, children that are adopted, that have, all different kinds of abuse histories. And what her whole process is that she has done is developed a school to teach people how to connect with children.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so she trains, it's called TBRI, a trauma-based relational intervention, and she teaches and certifies people to teach people how to connect to their kids.
Oh, that's so important.
Yeah,
That's so important.
Yeah.
It's such a hard place to be that when you feel called to it, you have to do it because we need those people who can do it well.
Yeah.
And she's teaching people how to do it well.
She's teaching people how to do it well. She's teaching people how to really get down, on eye level with kids, and how to really, really connect from the heart and give them opportunities and to come at them with love instead of shame.
I love that.
And to understand the reasons and the neuroscience even behind behaviors.
I love that.
Yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful work.
Does she work mostly with other practitioners and teachers who work with kids? Does she also work with parents?
She works with parents. She works with parents. So they actually run a summer program where you can come, you have to qualify and get your kid into these programs, but where the kids that have these tough behaviors and some of these tough backgrounds can go attend this summer camp, and it helps regulate the child, and the parents also learn. It's fabulous, fabulous program. Which is amazing, amazing work.
I love that because you can't help a child if the parents aren't on board and if they're not working together,
She says, and I have this on my website, she says you can't lead a child to a place of healing unless you know the way yourself.
It's just truth.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. What's the name of the book again?
The Connected Child.
The Connected Child.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I look forward to reading it. I haven't read it yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to not go to the watch right away, and I want you to tell me a little bit about your coffee cup.
So my mother has these little videos that she'll send to the kids. They'll travel, and all the grandkids, she sends them these videos, and they'll be in a cool place, and she's like, "Hey kids, look, we're on the top of this mountain," and she'll say, "Pretty cool, huh?" And she does this. So for Christmas, my stepdad had everyone a mug made, and it's got my mom on the top of a mountain, and it says, "Pretty cool, huh?"
That's so
So,
sweet. That's so clever. I love that. I love gifts that mean something.
Yeah. I drink coffee out of it every morning. It's the one we grab. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And this is made by my daughter Madison. Yeah, so there's that. So let's go on into your watch, the recommendation that you have for us for something to watch.
That's a heavy subject. So it's Which Way Home.
Which Way Home.
It won an Emmy. It's the story of children, migrant children from Central America, riding the train La Bestia, what they call the Beast. Where they get on this train and they ride it to try to get into North America, to escape some of the things that refugee children or migrant children are running from. And it really opened my eyes as far as what was going on in that part of the world, and gave me a real heart for children that are just in the most disenfranchised and the most poverty-stricken, the scariest places in the world. And it led me into doing some refugee foster care. Oh, wow. And it just, you watch that movie and borders don't matter. Borders don't matter. And what matters is that there are children in the world that are hurting, that need safe places. And, you know, like we talked about, I think every child deserves a safe place. I don't care where you're born, I don't care who your parents are, children deserve safe places.
Every child deserves a safe place.
Yeah.
That's inarguable.
That's inarguable. And that's really the key of the movie. Every child deserves a safe place. And what some of these children will go through to get it, and to find safety, you know, and to find comfort in the things that we all take for granted every day it's mind-blowing.
It's important to be reminded. People who watch this know that I have recommended some pretty hard-to-watch movies, but I think they're important. I think it's really, really important to pull yourself out of your comfort zone, not just occasionally, but kind of on a regular basis, just to remember your gifts, because it is so easy to take them for granted. And I know it must have been well made. Sometimes, you know, movies that are made about important things are hard to watch just because of the production values, but it was also nominated for an Academy Award for Best Documentary, so it's well made and well produced, and it's something I'm going to have to watch. My mantra is move me, change me, or leave me alone, because I don't like to invest in literature or film if I don't at least laugh. I mean, just something.
Right.
So, but yeah. So what's the title of it again?
Which Way Home.
Which Way Home.
Which Way Home.
Thank you. I appreciate you bringing that to our attention. And then your listen, a
My
little bit more upbeat.
listen, yeah, and it is upbeat. So, as a family, we've always listened to Jason Mraz for some reason. You know, he's kind of poppy, and it's always been our road trip music. And recently, he came out with an album called Yes, which I loved because it's, for me, I'm in a state in my life where I'm in a state of allowance, you know, and I have a mantra that I say in my practice to my clients: show up and say yes. So if there's an opportunity that comes, go take it, go do it. You never know, you know. You and I connected that way. Somebody said we should meet, and I said yes, and we had lunch, and I'm here, and you know. And so I love the title of it, and I love the theme. I think the underlying theme of it is it's really spiritually based, you know.
That's what you said. That every song it just covers a different layer of thinking and being, but that feels like fundamental truth. What's one of the titles?
There's a song called Rise.
Rise.
There's one, it's called Back to the Earth, and it's about being grounded.
Being grounded.
You know, it's about being energetically grounded, you know, and there's a celebration of the people in your life, and you know, one of the songs, and it's a beautiful musical journey. It's the way that it sounds, and the people he collaborated with on the album. It's different than anything else he ever did, and it has a special meaning for me.
Every song has a different message, you said. Yeah. And Grounded, I look forward to listening to it. I haven't yet. I have a spiritual mentor, and she mentioned that I was getting like on a higher plane to the point that I had to remember. I did have to remember to be grounded and be here, and that I'm actually here to communicate with other human beings.
Exactly.
So I look forward to listening to that song and seeing if it speaks to that at all.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for the opportunity.
I appreciate you coming. And I wanted to mention, too, this art behind us is from Master Cleo Boone, who I adore. He's a really sweet man. Love this art. And we're also filming in Gallery at Midtown, which is a beautiful artist colony in Valley View Mall at 635 in Preston and Dallas. You should check it out. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.